Mr. Broder here, that's right, with another Brodeurland weekly recap. What was the word for this week? The word for this week, of course, was risk-taking. What does risk-taking mean? What does it entail? Well, what it means is that you're willing to go and try things, even though you have that fear, even though you have that doubt, even though there's that uncertainty that things will work out, but you're willing to go through it to try things, to see if you can achieve that goal, to achieve that next level. So, what did we talk about this week? Well, we talked about two things. One thing was fear. How do I conquer fear in the sense of risk-taking? Well, I love that idea because when we listened to Tony Robbins throughout the week, we listened to one of his clips, and he talked about how you got to take fear and you got to turn it around. Like a lot of times we can hear that fear, we can hear that doubt inside of our minds, but can I turn it around? Can I be willing to say, okay, yes, I am afraid to try this, but more importantly, what am I going to miss out if I do not do this? If I do not try this risk, right? What am I going to look at myself when I'm 85, maybe when I'm 20, maybe when it's a year or 6 months from now? Will I regret not taking that risk to further myself? The second thing we talked about is, how can I weigh a risk? How do I know if the risk is worth it, right? Because we all want to try to take these risks, but some risks are not worth it, and some risks are. So we listened to Nito Cobain. He talked about a formula that you could use. The formula is this. There's three aspects. First, you got to be able to look at what is the best thing that could happen for me to take this risk. When I take this risk, what is the best thing that would happen? Second, what is the most likely thing that's going to happen when I take this risk? And then third, what is the worst thing that could happen? Now, if the best thing that were to happen if I took this goal got me closer to it, got me closer to my goal, hey, that's a good idea. If it doesn't, then I got to start to ask myself, what's the point of doing it? If I'm not going to get closer to my goal, achieving this risk, right? Then what's the worth? But also, if you are in a situation where you're like, ooh, the worst thing that can happen, I can't live with. That's the demise of myself, right? Then no, walk away from that risk. But if it's just something where, okay, I can deal with failure, I can deal with mistakes, it's not going to be the demise of me, hey, it's worth going forward with it, right? But the key is the best thing that could happen get me closer to my goal? Is the worst thing that could happen not going to be a big hit on me? I can keep moving forward. Those are the things that are all a part of risk-taking. And for some of you guys this week in my class, you took the risk and you went from level 1, help, I don't understand, to some of you guys throughout the past almost 18 weeks, I have many questions, right? I can do it with a little help. I can do this by myself. But more importantly, some of you guys took the risk this week and actually got in front of the class and taught the class. You couldn't get from level 4 to level 5 without taking the risk. So, remember, every week, I tell you guys, be the best version of you. That's the most important thing, because you make each week and each day a special day by just you being you. There's no one in the whole world like you except you, and I like you just the way you are inside. It's good that you exist, but you got to go out. You got to continue to take those risks, to be perseverant, and continue to be that best version of you. Until next time, brother out. Peace.